Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the video. It's me, your friendly neighborhood Uncle Pete, and this is the latest installment in my horror movie superlative series that I am collaborating with my good buddy Carlin. And we're at 1995 this week, and this year is kind of special to me since it's the year that I graduated high school, and it's the year that I joined the Navy. I served, if most of you guys, if you've seen my videos before, you know I served 22 years in the Navy, and I retired as a Master Chief Petty Officer about 5 years ago. So, I think you guys know the drill. After you watch this video, go to Carl's channel, link in the description, watch his video with the same name, and then please go to the community tab on his page. He'll have a poll up, and we need everybody to vote on who they thought had the better picks, whether they most closely resembled your own or who had the better justifications. It's a friendly competition. Just please make sure you watch both videos before you vote. We really appreciate it. And don't forget, I am going to give away a Funko Pop of Chucky. And all you have to do is subscribe to my channel and leave a comment down below. And I'll be picking a winner this Friday on December 16th. And I'll ship it out to whoever wins. I'm going to pick it at random. Just, yeah, all you got to do is leave a comment down below on any of my videos that started when I covered Black Friday on Nails in a Coffin, up until my Nails in a Coffin that comes out on December 16th. So you got a couple times to enter. So just my way of saying thank you to everybody and just spreading some holiday cheer. And also, I hope you consider hitting that subscribe button regardless, because I have a lot of fun making this channel. Subscribe to Carl's channel as well. He's been putting out 3 to 4 videos a week. Really great in-depth movie reviews. And I have my Nails in a Coffin series, which comes out every Friday. They're a ton of fun. So subscribe to both channels. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video. So, because we really like entertaining everybody. And we'd both love to know what your picks are. These are our picks, and yours probably and will be different. And we both love to read what your picks are. So just put them down below on both of our channels. You can cut and paste on one and put it on the other. You don't have to put justifications. We just love reading what other people's picks are, because nobody's opinion is wrong. They're all different, and that's what's really cool about it. So thanks again, everybody. I really appreciate it. Happy holidays, and let's get down to business and pick out my horror movie superlatives for 1995. My selection for the most amazing horror movie to come out in 1995 was Demon Knight. Anyway, Billy Zane, William Sadler are so good in this movie. You know, and we had the HBO Tales from the Crypt series to thank for this movie, and I really loved that series on HBO. I remember seeing this movie in the theater a few weeks before I shipped out to boot camp. I think it was the last movie I saw before I left for boot camp, so I have a lot of nostalgia for it, and I think the movie still holds up. I watched it a few months ago, and it's so much fun and entertaining and enjoyable. The performances are great, and I think I like the story. It's got pretty awesome practical effects. The demons look great in it, and there's lots of great gore and violence in it. And again, I have to mention the performances of William Sadler and Billy Zane. They're so entertaining, and each in their own right. The pacing is excellent in this movie. It's funny. It has scary parts. All the characters are unique and diverse, and I think it works very well in this movie. And I like how this movie was under the umbrella of Tales from the Crypt, which opened it up to other movies under that franchise. Unfortunately, Bordello Blood and Ritual really were not that good, but Demon Knight is awesome. It's a fun, entertaining. I love it, and it's my pick for the most amazing horror movie to come out in 1995. My selection for the best So Bad It's Good film goes to Mosquito. And I just watched this movie for the first time back in October, and it was Carlin. He did a marathon watch party on his channel, and he picked this movie, and it was a ton of fun. It stars Gunnar Hansen of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I think he said he really enjoyed making this movie. It was one of his favorite roles. Giant monster movies are pretty much enjoyable, and dare I say, most of the lower budget giant monster movies are kind of so bad it's good. It fits that category well. The acting in this movie, I should say, is over the top. Some of it played serious, but it comes off as comical. The giant mosquitoes, they look good, but they don't. I mean, you could tell it's practical effects, but you know, it was ultra low budget, and I really appreciate what they did with, you know, the lack of money that they have. And I did enjoy how they explained how the mosquitoes became so giant. An alien crashed to Earth, which kind of looked like a War of Worlds alien. And an ordinary mosquito landed on the alien, drank its blood, and then it mutated into this giant mosquito, impregnating all these other mosquitoes. And it was just kind of interesting way to explain where these giant mosquitoes came from. Gunnar Hansen has a commanding presence in this movie because he's Gunnar Hansen. I mean, it's a low budget, giant monster movie starring an icon of the horror genre. Being low budget kind of makes it so bad it's good, but it's right on the edge of being too good to be so bad it's good. But I think it's a great fit for this category. I recommend you watching it if you like so bad it's good films. And my pick for the most WTF movie goes to Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. I think this movie gets a lot of undeserved hate, and it's kind of an outlier in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise. But regardless how you feel about it, if you hate it or love it, it's a WTF movie. You get a full-blown cross-dressing Leatherface. You have Vilmer with his robotic leg that's controlled by various TV remote controls. And this Sawyer family doesn't eat people, they eat pizza. This is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie where nobody dies via chainsaw. There's an Illuminati plot that's introduced for about a minute, and then it just kind of leaves you hanging. There's one guy who has all these really weird chest piercings. It's just kind of weird, doesn't make any sense. But then this Illuminati group saves Jenny at the end. It's a weird movie, unlike any of the others in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise. And when watching this movie, you're going to ask yourself WTF numerous times during its runtime. Especially when Jenny yells at Leatherface to sit the F down, and Leatherface does it. I feel as though it's WTF for many reasons. So much of this movie doesn't make any sense. It almost doesn't fit the bill of a TCM movie. And I like this movie. When I ranked the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies, when I covered all of them on Nails in a Coffin, I actually had it as my number 4 pick because of its great WTF factor. It's fun, it's different, and I think it's a great choice for the most WTF film of 1995. My pick for best score goes to Species. H.R. Giger's biotentacle monster takes center stage in this sci-fi horror movie from the mid-90s. I think it's a solid monster flick with an excellent cast. You got Ben Kingsley, Alfred Molina, Michael Madsen, Forrest Whitaker, Marge Elgenberger, and Natasha Hendridge as Syl. If you haven't seen this movie, it's about SETI, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, who receive a message from space that has information about it of alien DNA and how to splice it with human DNA. So, of course, they do it and they create Syl, a half-human, half-alien hybrid. Her design looks fantastic, and the alien was created by H.R. Giger, and it looks original and unlike any other alien you may have seen before. Kind of similar to the movie in Alien and Aliens, but then it's its own thing, and I really appreciate that. It was a great balance between human and alien, the way it was spliced together. There is some early CGI used in this film, but the practical effects in this film are excellent. Especially when she's a young girl, and then she goes in this cocoon phase, and she mutates into Natasha Hendridge. It's a fun 90s sci-fi horror movie with some pretty solid special effects. I really enjoy them. Some of it looks good. Practical effects are great. CGI's a little wonky, but it was early CGI. But I still think it's a solid pick for the best score film of 1995. And my pick for the most unique horror film goes to Ice Cream Man. This is the only horror movie I've ever seen that's based on the Ice Cream Man occupation. And it's a job that you wouldn't think that a horror villain could be based on. And this movie has unique death scenes based on the accoutrement of the Ice Cream Man. Now, when horror movies are based on a specific occupation, I feel as though that makes them unique. Just like The Dentist is a unique horror movie. But people are already scared of The Dentist. What makes Ice Cream Man stand out to me as being unique is it's based on someone that brings you yummy treats during the summertime. It's not someone you would expect to be evil and bring you horror and pain. And this movie also could have been in a WTF category as well, because there's a kid in it that instead of putting a fat suit on him, it looks like they just shoved a pillow under his shirt. It's a unique horror movie based on an Ice Cream Man, and I haven't seen any other movies like it based on an occupation like that since. It's enjoyable, it's unique, so check out Ice Cream Man for my most unique pick. And my selection for the most overrated horror film is Vampire in Brooklyn. Nothing against Eddie Murphy, but having him star in a horror movie felt like a mistake in my opinion. I feel the balance of comedy and horror was off. It didn't blend well. if it was a movie that you could, I don't think they could decide on what direction they wanted to go in. It kind of felt like it was all over the place the way it would switch from horror to comedy. It didn't blend well. You didn't know what to take seriously and what to laugh at. You had Eddie Murphy playing multiple roles, showing off some pretty good special effects because, it's Eddie Murphy. He does play multiple roles very well. And I did like his look as the vampire, but that's all I can really say about this movie because I think it was just a mediocre vampire movie that I really wouldn't want to choose to watch again. The funny parts really weren't that funny. I think they were trying too hard, and the horror parts really weren't that much horror. The movie was nothing special. Eddie Murphy is an excellent actor. I love the Beverly Hills Cop franchise, but Vampire in Brooklyn, it just felt like the chemistry was off. It was a misstep. And it's not a movie I really want to revisit, so that's why I picked it as my most overrated horror film of 95. Wrapping things up with my most underrated pick, and I'm picking Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. Now, there are more bad Halloween movies than good Halloween movies, the way you can, when you break it down to brass tacks. And when I covered all the Halloween movies in my Nails in a Coffin franchise, I'll have a card up there, please check them out. I ranked them and I actually had The Curse of Michael Myers as number 7. So it was right in the middle. Now, I don't think this is a bad movie if you watch the producer's cut. Paul Rudd is magical because he's Paul Rudd. He's just entertaining. The Cult of Thorn was not the greatest plot point, but I think the movie did the best that they could with it. And this movie did have one of the better Michael Myers masks. So I really like his look in this movie. Now, when I pick an underrated horror movie, I want to choose a movie that gets a lot of undeserved hate. And I think that Curse of Michael Myers is not as bad as some people make it out to be. It's way better than Part 5, Halloween Resurrection, Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, and H2O. Now, I might be biased since I just wrapped up covering all these movies about a month ago. And it's a Halloween movie that I really have no problem watching again. Again, if it is the producer's cut. It's not a perfect movie. I get that. It definitely has its flaws. But I think it's underrated. When I looked at all the horror movies that came out in 1995 that I have seen, it felt like a good fit for the most underrated film for this category. So that's why I picked it. Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Those are all my selections. Here's a quick summary. Thanks again for watching this video. Now, please go to Carlin's channel, link in the description to watch his video with the same name. And then go to the community tab on his page and vote for who you thought had the better picks. And don't forget, leave me your picks down in the comments down below on both of our videos. We really appreciate it. Do me a favor again, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video. And check out my Nails in a Coffin series. Yeah, I got a great holiday movies covering for this month of December. Tons of fun. New video out every Friday. Please check it out, and don't forget to leave a comment down below to be entered in to win a Funko Pop of Chucky. But I don't want you to sway your votes just to win that. That has nothing to do with who we want you to vote for. We want you to vote for who you thought had a better picks. Leaving a comment down below is not going to sway your vote. I'm picking it at random. Just leave a comment down below to be entered in. I really appreciate it. Now, go check out Kron's video if you haven't done so already. I hope you guys are enjoying the holidays. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy. I am your friendly neighborhood Uncle Pete, and remember, with great kills, there must also come great nails.